Hi guys, happy Sunday. I just want to go over a few things with you all about some of I work a lot of events. So I'm going to share with you key things that I do before my events, during the event, and after my events. So in preparing for my events, what I do, I will always take the time out to buy these little stickers from Walmart, and I mark the prices on all my boxes, on all my warmers. The second thing I will do is remove the warmers from the plastic and screw the light bulb in and package it back up. That's what I do for the warmers. I do all the warmers, the big warmers, the mini warmers the same way. Even my diffusers, I take the plastic out of those. Now for the oils, what I'll do is I've got these little jars that I bought from Amazon, and I got cotton balls in there because I've had some problems with people walking off with the actual oils and the testers. So I got them in little jars. I even had issues with the little jars too, believe it or not. But I got them in like a little chest. So I have them labeled on the top. So what I would do for the oils that I have to sell, I'm going to write it down on a sheet of paper, and I write down how many I have. I have these little Ziploc bags that I will write down a sheet. I take a sheet of paper and insert the paper inside the little Ziploc bags for all the oil, so that when you're really busy, you don't have time to dig through all that stuff and don't know what stuff is. Because I'm working really fast-paced events. So I grab the little bag out, and I will look at the bag, and I'll notice what oils are in this plastic bag. Those are things that I do at home. And then I write down all the warmers that I have and the price. I also write down all the buddies that I have and the price, because how often I worked events and people ask, how much is this buddy? How much is that buddy? So I have a reference sheet there because I have a lot of team members working with me. Some of them I will know by price, but some of them I don't. But just to keep from so I won't forget, I'll refer to that sheet. So once I get to my event, because I've got everything taken out the plastic, it doesn't take me long to set up. I'm just taking it out, plugging it in, taking it out, plugging it in. I don't worry a whole lot about wearing out my boxes because I don't keep my warmers long. They sell pretty quickly. So, and I'm the only one who will take my boxes out. I'm the only one who will take the warmers out. I'm the only one that will box them back up. Or sometimes my daughter, because she knows how particular I am about my boxes, because a lot of my warmers are sold and given away as gifts. So I want to make sure I take care of the boxes. I want to make sure the things are not worn out. So I'm very careful about how I open and close my boxes. I know there's some consultants who have other ways of placing them in containers and things like that, but I don't have enough room in my house. I don't have enough room in my vehicle either, so I have to just do it this way, and it has worked, because a long time ago it would take me hours to set up for an event. So once I get to the event, some of the things that I do, I make sure that I and my team members have QR codes. So we have QR codes on our phone, and we also have them on a sheet of paper. So every customer who make a purchase, I don't ask them to join my VIP group. I suggest that they join my VIP group. So what I'll do after they make their purchase, I'll say, oh, by the way, can you pull your phone out? I want to add you to my VIP group, because this is a place where you're going to know all the things that's happening with Scentsy. You want to be in the know. So being in the know, pull your phone out and scan this QR code. It's on my phone. Boom. Get your camera out. Boom. So as soon as they do that, while they're standing there, I will send them a private message and say, thank you so much. It was so great meeting you at whatever event that I'm at. Whatever event that I'm at, I'm going to say, it was so great meeting you here. Thank you so much for buying this Stargaze diffuser. Thank you so much for buying whatever warmer. It was so great chatting with you today. I'll send that off. And as soon as I send that, I'll go back to my VIP group and approve their membership. I call it membership. I do that for every customer because I want to make sure that I make that instant connection with them. But if I'm really busy, if I don't have time to do it on the spot, I just leave them in there until I don't approve them until I send them a private message first. That's my way of knowing that I have not sent them a private message. So as soon as I send a private message, I go ahead and approve them. This is what I do each and every time, and I teach my team members to do the same thing. They're grasping this concept because it's helping them with their PRV, even though they're coming there just to gain the knowledge, get the training, but this is everything. And I cannot believe that prior to 2020, I was not doing this. Did not do this prior to 2020. I was not encouraging people to join my VIP group. Like, what in the world did I miss out on? I missed out on a lot. So this is so much more valuable. So when I work these events, if I see that if my event is closing out at 6 o'clock, I will start actually boxing warmers up about an hour before my event. Although, we can't break down early, but I'm not breaking down. I'm just boxing things. I start boxing stuff early so that it will not take me forever to get out of there. I have a true system down. And my team members, they're still working, but I start boxing things gradually. Oh, and by the way, if I'm working a multiple day event, what I would do, I can kind of gauge how things are going throughout the event based on the first day. So if I see that I haven't sold a lot of things that I brought the first day, if it's a local event to me, I start boxing things up or putting them back in a bag and take them home. That's what I do. I bring a lot of stuff on that first day and I'll start taking things home. But now if I see that I need more things, I'll bring more things the next day. That's how I do it. Especially on those 2 or 3 day type of events. Okay, so when I get home, what I'll do, project broadcast, I'm going to add them to my project broadcast because I want to make sure that I have a true follow-up. And for every event that I work, I'm going to tag it. I think it's what it's called, tag. I'm going to tag them for that particular event so that I can always know that's where I met them. Send them a message, thank them for coming by, and just follow up with them. This is something new, and I cannot even... it just makes me feel some kind of way that I missed all those contacts that I had in the past where I didn't truly do a true follow-up from all of my events, but I'm going to change that. I'm going to definitely do more of the follow-up like I need to and teach it with my teams because, this is what I'm there for. The purpose of me working events is a way for me to connect with new people, service my existing customers, book parties, book fundraisers, get new team members. That's the purpose of me being there. I do all I can to try to make sure I cover the rent. I do that so that I can continue to book these events and continue to have enough products to be there because I work a lot of events back to back. Like this month, I probably have about 4 big events that last 3 and 4 days. So it's a lot. It's a lot, but I have a true system. And I know that I try to make sure I have sufficient amount of bars. That's important. Sufficient amount of the bars that are labeled in the catalog, like the favorites. Those are the ones that people know. Make sure you have a lot of bulbs because that's what people buy a lot of. And people are starting to buy a lot of diffusers now. I always have diffusers out front. I always have a table out front because it makes it so much easier. When you're trying to sell, people sometimes don't want to come in the booth. That's happened to me. I don't know about anybody else, but I know in the past, it's always been hard for me to get people to come in. But right on the outside, they don't mind stopping right there and seeing what you have. I love doing the demonstrations because that draw people to my table. Crowds, whenever a crowd is formed at my booth, people will come because they want to know what's going on. So I'm starting now to sell a lot of diffusers. I mean, people are really getting into diffusers now, but I make sure I explain to people the difference between the diffuser and the warmer. And for those people who buy diffusers from me, I have a YouTube video and I send them the YouTube video because I know I couldn't remember all those things if somebody showed it to me. So I follow up with them by sending them a YouTube video so they can remember how it's worked. I just love what I do. And I try to be very thorough, even with the warmers. I try to make sure I tell people how to use the warmers. You wouldn't believe how many people don't know how to use the warmers. And if they don't know how to use it, you're not going to hear back from them. So as I'm standing there, as I'm boxing, I'm telling them how to use the warmer at the same time. I'm telling them how efficient it is, how safe it is. I'm going over all this as I'm boxing it. As we're talking, I'm telling them this if they have not used Scentsy before. So this is how you're going to maximize your sales. This is how you're going to maximize. Also, remember, you are the expert. They don't know. So I always make a lot of suggestions. Always, always. I always tell them about the large warmers versus the little warmers, what they can do. I make suggestions about the bulbs. They don't walk away from there without light bulbs. I always recommend the bulbs, and they always buy it every time. I always make suggestions about the cotton cleanups. and the other products. I talk about, and I'm doing all this at a fast pace as I'm bagging them up. And all of my customers will fill out an order form. I have no problems with that. That's my way of getting their information. They're going to stand there and I say, oh, can you complete this for me right now? And I put the little checks. I say, okay, I put the checks where they put the name in there. I said, put your name, email, and cell phone number right here for me. Have no issues. None whatsoever. They fill that out, and then I got their information. So you don't want them to walk away without their information. And I mark down whether they pay cash or credit card. Most of my customers now are paying by Venmo or Cash App. I love it because using a credit card, that's fees that you will have to write off or whatever. But I'm not having to do a lot of that anymore. Most of my customers are paying Venmo and Cash App, and I love that because I'm not having to get less money because I'm having to deal with the fees. So ask people if they have Venmo and Cash App because they do. Most of them do. It's just amazing. So 2020 has taught me a lot about working events in a more effective way because I worked events for years, but after 2020, I've learned a lot of new things that's working so much better. Like, how in the world did I miss out on this? I just wanted to share this with you guys because it's amazing to be out here, and it's amazing to have people to observe you, and they invite you to more events. So as I'm at events, people are watching. They're watching because we draw in the crowd, and they're asking us to work more and more events. I can barely keep up. So now I'm able to pass my events, some of them, to my team members because they're coming. They're coming. Okay, guys, I hope that helps. Take care. Happy Sunday. Bye.